Hello everyone, Namaste. My name is Reverend Father Joseph Lagumbay from the Catholic Universalist Church. Now for today's episode, makikilala natin ang isang modern witch. And she will give us insights about what is witchcraft and what are our most common misconceptions about this spiritual path. Alright, so if you're excited, I hope na pakikinggan yung mabuti ang aming pag-uusap because at the end of the video, marami po tayong matututunang mga bagong aral. Alright? If this is your first time watching my videos, please click like, please click the subscribe button and also ring the notification bell so that next time when I upload videos like this, you will be one of the first few people who will be able to find it. Alright? So without further ado, intro.
Alright, good evening, fratres and sorors. This is Father Joseph Lagumbay from the Catholic Universalist Church, and welcome to Mystics of Maharlika. Now, today, we are so glad na pinaunlakan tayo ng isang witch. Witch, tama po yung narinig nyo. Isa po siyang witch. And this is just funny because if this happened like in the Middle Ages, this is a witch hunt, di ba? I'm a priest and she is a witch. So, this is a witch hunt. But, good thing na today may freedom of religion. So, we are here today to understand and learn more about witchcraft. But without further ado, let me introduce to you Miss K or Miss Kyodaina. Hi, Miss K. Good day.
Hello, good day. Ayan.
How are you today and how is your life being a witch?
Yeah, I'm excellent naman, like every day. No, and how was life being a witch? It's fantastic. And it's pretty much it's like a normal tawag dito life pa rin naman. No, nothing so much special except na how we see life and how we live with it. Right.
I see. Miss K, pag nakakarinig kasi tayo ng salitang witch, alam mo yun, nai-imagine natin yung mga quote-unquote mangkukulam. Alam mo yun, nasa fairy tale, yung mga matatanda na, alam mo yun, nagka-cast ng mga spell. Di ba yun yung, yun yung understanding natin about witches. But can you please tell us more about your path, your spiritual path being a witch? Why be a witch? Like, why not choose other spiritual path?
Ayun. So, I think, first and foremost, being a witch is a personal choice. I think it's something that, tawag dito, must come from within yourself, no? So, every witches naman has different reasons bakit they chose to be a witch. Pero in reality, we don't really tawag dito chose to be one. No, it's not our choice. No. Sometimes there are people na they've chosen to enter to the tradition of witchcraft, practice witchcraft. But there are also people, majority of those people in our community, in our tradition, is that we didn't choose to. We just simply realized we have been a witch ever since, no? So kaya kapag tinatanong kami ng mga tao kung kailan kami nag-decide na maging witch, no, we really don't remember because we just realized growing up na I was a witch ever since, no. I just realized this at this point, no. Some point of my life I realized na I'm just a witch, no. And siguro tawag dito it's siguro part of the reasons then why we tend to pursue this path is that for some people, especially to me, it's my healing journey. No, it's my journey to healing. No, so when people say when people mention the word witchcraft, it's all about magic. It's all about this and that, curses and so on and so on. But actually, it can be a healing journey. And I found that in tawag dito in my case, no. Sa practice ng witchcraft, it has been a tawag dito a healing journey for me. So, if I am to answer siguro the question if why be a witch, is that because it's liberating.
I
No?
see. Miss K, eto ha, kasi di ba sabi mo na you realize that ever since you're a witch pala and then witchcraft can be like a healing journey. Ano ba talaga itong witchcraft? What really is a witch?
So, wala naman talagang exact definition ng witchcraft. Kaya if you are gonna ask 12 witches, no, sa definition nila about witchcraft, you are most likely to get 12 different answers also. No, kasi witchcraft is a spiritual, a personal spiritual tradition, no? So it's really gonna be different from person to person. Pero in the modern times, we have this general definition that we all agree. So we can say the witchcraft is the basic manipulation of energy to bring about change. No? So in the modern days, it's viewed as centered in manipulating energy. So,
Okay. I see.
ganun siya.
So basically, Miss K, sinasabi mo no, manipulation of energy. Pag naririnig kasi natin yung salitang witchcraft, more on manipulating of energy to harm or hurt others. So, ganun ba talaga yung witchcraft or are there also other, let's say, good practice or whatnot?
Ayun, I would say na yun na nga. To answer that question, it's a no. No, it's we can say it's yes and no. No, so yes, witchcraft can be about curses, magic, harming people and whatnot. There is a side to that, no, so witchcraft. Pero it's not it's just the other side of the coin. And so sad, no. Sadly, mas kumbaga medyo na misrepresent si ano, ang tawag dito si witchcraft all over the years, no, because of the persecution and the tradition being demonized by the mainstream religion, but it's not centered to that, no. Yung ang tawag dito si witchcraft kasi is para siyang um kumbaga kutsilyo, no. So nakadepende sa'yo kung paano mo gagamitin. So binigyan ka ng kutsilyo, so it's either mansaksak ka ng tao or tawag dito what's this, you use it in a more beneficial way, no. So si witchcraft isn't entirely tawag dito evil. I think what's evil is people, no. So who is in the practice? The practice is neutral. You can use it in both good ways and bad ways. So ang meron lang is walang masamang witchcraft. Ang meron lang is masamang tao, no.
Wow. Yeah, that's very that's very empowering, okay. To think that witchcraft pala is not, that evil that evil image rin na nakikita natin, no, in movies, in storybooks and such. Eto Miss Kea, tanong ko lang. Have you used witchcraft before to harm others or to manipulate others?
To harm others. Mm-hmm. Ayan, so to harm others. Siguro when I was a little bit younger, kasi I've been practicing for quite some times na. Of course, no, when we are still immature, no, parang mga bata lang din, we hurt people, no, kasi we like to because we are tawag dito clouded by our emotions and so on and so forth. So yes, no, there were time, no, na I used tawag dito witchcraft to kind of harm tawag to somebody. Pero it's not something naman na very severe. It's just a little, kumbaga we call it jinx. Kumbaga may jinx tayo na tao kasi may tatlo yan na according sa severity nila, jinx, hex and then curses. So yung jinx na yan are like parang short-lived lang na mga misfortune. Mga ganun.
Like,
So,
ano po, like example, parang natapilok lang, nabilaog.
oo, ganun. Parang minalas ganyan, natapilok ganyan.
Lang,
Ngayon parang isang araw minalas ka, that's a four-time live na hindi naman siya masyadong um, harsh na tawag dito, kumbaga, what's this, event, no? So, pero yung totally to harm somebody like, tawag dito, maybe, I don't know, maybe kill someone, maybe, tawag dito, I don't know, anything that, wala namang ganun kasi, um, even though, kasi yun na nga, hindi nakabase kasi si witchcraft on its own is nothing, is neutral. So nakadepende yun sa morality ng tao. So me personally, even though I have a tendency of being angry and whatnot, no, I can be frustrated and whatnot. I can be vengeful also sometimes. But that doesn't mean na I'll go to the point na I'll tawag dito, harm somebody just because of something na sometimes out of our control. Right?
Totoo. Tama. Miss Kay, tanong ko lang, ilang taon mo na tong pinapractice, Miss Kay, ang witchcraft? Ilang taon ka na sa path na ito? And, can you share your like history? Paano ka napunta sa path na ito?
Ayun. So, to answer kung ilang taon na, I think it's been 12 or 13 years. So, kasi I started my formal practice when I was in second year high school. And I graduated on college 5 years, almost 6 years now. So, 12 to 13 years in the practice. So, kung paano ako nag-stay or kung ano nangyari, no? So, what's the history is that, ayun na nga, tawag ito, ever since nung bata pa ako, I really feel a little bit different from other people. Nung bata pa ako, medyo existential akong tao. So, I ask too many questions, mga existential questions. And meron akong feeling, nung bata pa ako, na parang meron akong nakalimutan na part ng sarili ko na tinatry kong i-remember in this lifetime. So, tawag dito, and tawag dito, oddly, I have so much affinity in magic, and not just magic, but in particular to witchcraft. So, I thought before, it's something na childish lang, and so on and so forth. But then again, kumbaga, hindi siya tumigil, hindi siya kumupas, kumbaga. No, and, ayun na nga, tawag dito. Also, I also noticed na even though my family are hardcore Catholic, no, so, I like the idea of being in the church. Meron siyang parang presence na maganda sa feeling, but then again, I feel like I'm not that home, no, kumbaga sa religion na yon, no. And so I was trying to explore, and alam ko naman talaga sa sarili ko na ang tawag dito, I've been trying to parang search for something new. No, and tawag to, feeling ko magsasatisfy sa akin, no, sa questions na meron ako, kasi sometimes I questions religions din before, no, na there got to be more, no. And I was yung main point lang is that I was too curious when I was young. I was too curious bakit sinasabi ng religion na evil si witchcraft, when in fact I can feel it, I can sense it na hindi naman. So I took that parang as a promise to discover it myself, no. And ayun na nga, meron na rin talaga akong affinity to witchcraft itself even before. And then ayun, in the long run, I started doing my research, no, mingling with other people na who are in the practice already. So yung una-una kong naging kakilala nun ay mga foreigner pa. Kasi nung batch namin, mga around 2016, 2012, wala pang masyadong maraming practitioners that time ng witchcraft. So, walang masyadong taong nag-share. So, ang majority na mayroong nagpa-practice ng Western witchcraft is yung mga nasa West, yung mga foreigner. So, sila yung mga nakaka-communicate namin. So, doon kami nagtatanong and so on and so forth. So, in the long run, ayun, so parang merong mentoring na nangyari. And then in the long run, we discover na meron din naman pala mga Filipino practitioner. Tapos doon na nag-grow. So, what happened is that actual communication sa mga actual practitioner ng craft and then studying na rin, no? Through books, no? Research, no? So, there's so much to tell, pero yun, that's just kumbaga, the summary. So,
That's the summary. I see. Miss Kay, quick question, Miss Kay, I have read somewhere na etong mga etong mga babayla natin in the pre-colonial times. Di ba ano sila? They can also be considered as quote unquote witches, local
technically speaking,
technically speaking. They
technically,
don't practice the western magic or but
yes.
the basic elements yun pa rin. I have read na Miss Kay, di ba yung mga babaylan most of the time they are women, tama ba, women, okay,
In some traditions,
they are they are healers. Tapos I have read na meron dong yung mga gays, quote unquote, in the past, no, yung mga kung tatawagin natin sila ngayon transgender, um they were highly regarded in the past because they are, let's say, more gifted. I don't know if that's the term, they are more gifted. Or, in a way, they are, let's say, more effective when it comes to performing magic. So, is there a connection between the gender or, being, let's say, gay or transgender? Because ang term kasi nila na ginamit, they are two-spirited. Parang lalaki, they are in a male body, but they possess like both energies of male and female. What can you say about that? Is it like gender-based ba yung effectivity mo bilang isang witch or bilang isang babaylan?
so, I think it's coming from the babaylanismo tradition. Kasi ang tawag dito, according sa babaylanismo tradition, lore is that since spirituality is more linked siya, especially healing is more linked siya sa feminine energy. Kasi ano bang meron sa feminine energy? Caring, tawag gentle, and tawag so on and so forth. Wherein kapag masculine, tawag dito, archetype, active, protective, and so on and so forth. No? So, kumbaga, since the babayan, ang main roles ng babaylans are the first doctors, no? Those who tend the sick, no? Those who communicate with the spirits. So, mas, tawag to, mas close yung spirituality to those people na who are more of in the feminine side. And that's why a lot of the babaylans in the Philippines or shamans in all over the world, majority of them are women. Because mas madali sa kanila ang tawag dito, i-digest ang spirituality compared to those people na who are embodying so much masculinity sa katawan nila or sa sarili nila. And so, totoo yun na really in the ancient time, highly regarded yung mga taong, or it's a requirement na kahit pwede ka maging babaylan, pero it's a requirement na dapat meron kang tawag dito, higher percent of feminine energy, no? So, para maging, sabihin natin, mas maging effective or mas maging madali sa'yo yung So, sabihin natin hindi effective, mas maging madali sa'yo yung journey. No? Kasi nga, tawag dito, mas close yung healing, yung feminine energy sa spirituality. So, kaya ganun. Pero when it comes to effectivity, when it comes to power and whatnot, wala namang kinalaman si gender. Everyone has feminine and masculine energy, and both of these things play an important role in magic, in spirituality in general. So, I think it's not a problem. And, ayun, so, ayun lang, backing up lang doon sa sinabi mo na why witches can also be considered, I mean, why babaylans can also be considered as witches, that because witchcraft is a very, tawag dito, folkloric tradition or folkloric practice. Ibig sabihin, yung witchcraft ng each places ay magkakaiba depende sa folklore nung lugar na yon. Yung witchcraft sa ibang bansa is different sa witchcraft natin dito. So kung mapapansin mo, dahil ang Philippines is centered, Catholic centered ngayon, kaya marami tayong mga albularyo na maraming mga orasyones, tumatawag ng mga santo and whatnot because heavily influenced siya ng existing dominating religion. Pero in the ancient time, nung hindi pa dumarating yung Catholicism, they were pagans and nasa diwataan yung religion natin. And that's why yung witchcraft ng place natin, yung witchcraft natin is based sa folklore ng Philippines, which is the diwataan. So, tawag ito, very linked to the diwata yung type of witchcraft. Kaya merong mga shamans. O merong shamans yung mga tawag ito, babaylan natin nowadays. So, technically speaking, they are witches. Pero, I've read this post na hindi daw they have to do more research. So yung kasi ang problema, we ask the wrong people or the wrong people give tawag dito
Give
the wrong
insight.
people give insight to na they don't know.
Right.
So,
Opo. Well, that's very interesting, ano? Now na-mention mo yan about diwataan. So, is it safe to say ba na yung witchcraft natin ngayon, so to speak, masyado na siyang influence ng Catholicism kasi nga, 'di ba, nakikita natin yung mga prayers is in Latin and Latin did not originate in the Philippines, right? Ang mga Kastila ang may dala niyan dito. So,
exactly.
yung sinasabi mo na the witchcraft of the Philippines before is different from the witchcraft of today. But in that light, is it safe to say that, or is it safe to say, or is it correct to say na mas quote-unquote effective yung witchcraft dati before the Spanish colonization compared to now? Or hindi na ba effective kasi alam mo yun, hinaluan na ng parang foreign material yung ano natin? Kung ano sana dapat yung practice natin. What can you say about that?
Not really. No, kasi witchcraft is very flexible. So, it's tawag dito, witchcraft is what do you call this? Nakalimutan ko yung term. Hindi siya tied to any religion or any tawag dito spiritual tawag dito belief, no? So nakalimutan ko yung tawag dito sa pag ganon. It kalimutan ko yung term. So basta gano'n. So, si witchcraft kasi hindi siya tied sa any religion or any tawag dito, folklore and so on and so forth. It's flexible. So, just because uh, the witchcraft nowadays is influenced by the dominating religion and faith, that doesn't mean that it's less effective. No, kasi ang effectivity ng witchcraft still depends sa capacity ng tawag dito ng witch, no, ng practitioner. How is he able to tawag dito manipulate energy still despite tawag dito these influences around him, no? So kasi yun na nga flexible siya. So etong mga tawag dito witches na who are denied nila yung witchcraft nila sa religion, they are known as under the category of Gothic witches. Ito mga albularyo natin, etong mga tawag dito, ang practice na tinatawag na Elenki or lihim na karunungan. So they're actually under the category of Gothic witches, which is somebody na who inattach nila or link sa isang religion, tawag dito, especially Catholicism or Abrahamic tawag religion, yung tradition nila. So hindi necessarily. Kasi tawag dito, ayun na nga, to bring it down, witchcraft pa rin is about the basic manipulation of energy. So, na-influence lang tayo kung saan natin kukunin yung power, yung ganito, sino yung mga hihingan natin ng tulong, and so on and so forth. Dati mga diwata, ngayon mga santo, ngayon ang Diyos na, and so on and so forth. So, it doesn't matter. No?
I see. So basically pala, parang based on your explanation po, si witchcraft it's just an umbrella term, pero under witchcraft is parang kung sa music ay may subgenre siya. Marami siyang ano,
Yes.
marami siyang subcategories.
Kumbaga, it differs from place to place, no? Kasi nga very folkloric si witchcraft. So, tied siya sa folklore ng each places. So,
Folklore mythology. Oo,
kaya,
I see.
kunyari dito, tawag dito, yung witchcraft dito sa lugar namin, pwedeng iba din doon kasi may sarili silang pantheon, may sarili silang religion, may sarili silang culture, and so on and so forth. So, magkakaiba. So, that's why every witches, they're very full of flavor. So, magkakaiba kami ng flavor. It's gonna be different to really parang pin down what is witchcraft, no? Or what is witch, what is meant to be a witch.
Wow. Yeah, that's really it's really interesting. No, this is actually the first time that I knew this. Kasi, di ba, we have lived in a world where there are so many boxes na you need to put this person here, this category here, and that stuff. But even in witchcraft pala, no, it's very diverse. So, bottom line, energy manipulation din pala siya. Ngayon, Miss Kate, interested din ako dito. Dami mo nang alam sa witchcraft and stuff. How did your family react to this when they first saw you in this path? How did they react to this? And how did you cope up with it, with their reaction?
Ayun, so I mentioned earlier na my family are very hardcore, really, tawag ito, Catholic people. So talagang every Sunday, nagsisimba sila. Tapos dati pa ng mga bata pa kami, nag-prayer kami every 6 p.m., yung mga ganun. So very, talaga, religious si family. So, of course, nalaman nila, they didn't take it, tawag dito, lightly. No? So talagang, medyo, sila ilag. Kasi, although, sa family side ni mother, meron talaga silang kumbaga background ng witchcraft. So, yung lola ko kasi merong ganong side. Pero pinutol siya ng lola ko kasi ang paniniwala nila, yung tradition na pina-follow nila ay nagko-cause ng kamalasan or usually yung mga nagpa-practice ng craft na yon, ng tradition nila ay hindi yumayaman daw. So, hindi nila hindi na nila pinasa. And yun, outgrow na rin ng kumbaga nag-modernize na yung mundo. So, hindi na nila pinasa. Pero nasabi pa nga yung lahi mo daw, hindi mo raw matatakas. So, somehow, ako yung sumalo, pero hindi ko tinake yung tradition nila. Kasi ang tradition nila is more like parang yun, babaylan / LMK practitioner. Or ang tawag ito, nasa category ng mga yan. So, I'm not interested to. Walang amor sa akin yung ganun. So, yung witchcraft is more of in the western side. So, kasi I practice Western European occult. So, most of my practices, ang backbone niya talaga ay tawag to the witchcraft surrounding the Western countries, no? Or practice in the Western countries. So, nakakatawa. And at the same time, it's very, kasi I think majority naman ng mga practitioner ay napunta dun sa part na kailangan nila mag-itago yung craft nila. Kasi dati, dahil alam nilang interested ako to witchcraft, nagre-research pa lang ako, nagtatry pa lang ako maghanap ng mentor, so nalaman na nila. Magsimula ako ng kandila dati, pinapagalitan na ako kasi alam nila na ang tawag dito na ginagawa ako. So, tawag dito yun, the family, yung ganong mindset pa rin, kung paano biniview ng majority ng tao yung witchcraft na this is work of the devil, na baka, yung alam nila sa witchcraft yung may mga Latin, and so on and so forth. Now, which is very against si mother kasi sabi niya, kapag nagkamali ka daw dun sa isang word lang, baka kung ano na daw mangyari sa'yo, what, at kaya ayaw niya. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako nagaganon. Hindi, ibang type of witchcraft naman to. So, nung college and then nasa schooling life pa lang ako, so, medyo tago. So, nagpa-practice na ako pero hindi ko siya pinapakita kay family kasi nga, against sila about it. So, I'm somebody na talagang hindi ko openly ginagawa siya sa family. But then again, nung nag-work na ako, and then I'm providing na for the family. So, mas naging malakas yung loob ko. So, I started, tawag dito, slowly introducing my practice, no? My spiritual practice to my family. So, ang una kong ginawa dati is, nag-set up ako ng altar. So, pinaliwanag ko sa kanya na I'll be practicing this. I'll be practicing this witchcraft. Pero pinaliwanag ko sa kanya na hindi ito yung witchcraft na alam nyo. Hindi ako gumagamit ng mga Latin at wala akong kinukol ng mga kung sinong demonyo and whatnot. So, ang pinaliwanag ko lang sa kanya na this is more a type of magic that is closely linked um, to the earth or nature itself. Kasi in reality naman talaga, traditionally, si witchcraft is a very earth-based type of magic. No? Kasi si witchcraft is just one of the many form of tawag dito, or many expression of magic. Kasi according kay Alistair Crowley, so magic is the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with will. So si witchcraft is just one way to deliver or express this type of magic. So it can be expressed in many ways. Meron tayong shamanism, meron tayong druidism, may wizardry, may sorcery. So these are different types of expression kung paano ginagawa si magic. So, yeah, tawag to, going back dun sa question, I think, ang tawag dito, same pa rin ng mga experience ng mga common people na itatago mo muna, then slowly you're gonna introduce it to them. Kasi nga, it's very, lalo na sa witchcraft, it's very misunderstood. Pero yun, nowadays, since ako na yung, nowadays, since ako na yung breadwinner, so, ano naman sila, fully embrace na, nag-embrace naman na fully yung practice ko. And, ayun na nga, naging clear naman sa kanila na hindi naman ito talaga yung kumbaga naiisip ng mga tao na we're gonna harm somebody or we're calling someone the devil or what na. Kasi yung challenge lagi kung paano mo i-introduce sa family ng hindi sila na hindi ka na judge dun sa nila sa impression nila. So I have to break down those impressions na meron sila. I have to break.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but what I was just about to say is that talagang siya, parang slowly mo in-introduce sa kanila. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng ibigay mo, diba? Kasi it's parang it's a 360-degree shift kasi diba, Catholicism, tapos may background sila ng witchcraft na medyo alam mo yun, medyo dark yung dating. So slowly ito yung witchcraft ko, this is my brand of witchcraft. So, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Tapos buti na din kasi ikaw yung breadwinner ngayon. So wala silang masyadong negative shade kasi diba pa nababayad ng kuryente. Anyway, eto, in this past, you're hearing about 12 years. Like, what were your breakdowns and breakthroughs? I mean, the lowest moments and let's say highest moments in this path, if there are any.
So siguro tawag dito, kasi when, way back in 2012, when I was just, I'm still starting pa lang, no? So nagsa-start pa lang sa pag-practice. The struggle is, wala kaming resources about the practice. We know that there is something different from us. Kasi yun na nga, si witchcraft can be something na very personal. It's a calling. For me, it's a calling. So, yun na nga, I just simply realize it. Pero hindi naman porket na-realize mo, may alam ka na. Alam mo na kung paano gawin to, ano yung gawin ito, and so on. So, you have to study. And so, what's the struggle is that, nung time namin, walang mentors. So, lalo na dito sa Pilipinas, kasi nga, very Catholic center sa Pilipinas. So, talagang wala kang mahanap. So, talagang personal research nung una. So, and then, you feel isolated. Lalo na nung tawag dito, ako sa side ko kasi I'm from Northern Samar. And I discovered, even up until now, walang kahit isa na, or meron lang dalawa, pero yung dalawa lang kami actually sa Northern Samar na alam ko na practicing witchcraft, pero yung isa hindi siya active. So, ako lang yung active. So, walang actual practitioner na talaga makaka-relate sa amin. Alam mo parang you feel alienated. Na parang ako lang ba yung ganito sa mundo? So, ako lang ba yung ganito sa mundo na may interest sa ganito, na I view things differently, and I have some sort of parang connection to the earth, no, and feeling some sort of affinity to magic and so on and so forth. So, there is alienation, no? So, parang you feel alienated to everyone, no? So, parang walang nakaka-relate sa'yo, no? So, I think that's one of the, the challenges, no? And then, of course, because of that, hindi mo masyadong enjoy yung practice mo na wala ka man lang mapag-sharean, na, hey, I do this, I believe in this, and so on and so forth. Hindi mo pwedeng i-openly share yung mga ideologies mo about it kasi nga people might judge you, no? And
Oo.
talagang takot yung mga tao sa ano, ang tawag dito sa witchcraft itself. So I remember this one time na tawag dito, meron akong kaklase dati na hindi ko na siya ginagawa ngayon kasi nga it's against my ethics kasi may mga ethics din tayong sinusunod. Pero when I was younger, meron ako kaklase na nanghingi siya ng tulong sa ano, ang tawag ito, sa boyfriend niya. Kasi gusto niya parang to strengthen the relationship. So ang ginawa namin, gumawa kami ng gayuma that time. So bata pa kasi ako. So hindi ko pa masyadong iniisip yung mga ethics and so on and so for that time. So nag-work out naman. Actually, ang naging ending na buntis siya, naging mag-asawa sila. And then ang tawag dito, kasi ang nangyari, medyo chick boy yung lalaki. So, hindi siya feeling na hindi siya secured. No? And tawag, walang masyadong interest sa kanya yung boy kahit sila. So, yun yung parang naging way namin or naging solution namin. So, ang point ko dito is that nung nanganak na siya, umiwas siya sa akin kasi napatunayan niya that really I am a witch kasi I did this, no, I made this happen and so on and so forth. So, umiwas siya sa akin kasi gusto niyang protektahan yung anak niya. So, parang I feel judge pa din na even though ang tawag dito nakatulong ako sa iyo and you know me as a person in kumbaga in a day-to-day pero you still judge me because I'm practicing witchcraft na nag-benefit ka din naman.
Grabe naman.
So parang
Grapa?
oo, kaya sabi ko, ang tawag dito, samantala nung nanghihingi ka ng tulong sa akin, ang tawag tutulong ako ng wala pang energy exchange yun. Kasi nung time na yun, hindi ko pa ang relevance ng energy exchange. So, wala pa yun. So, imagine the ano, ang tawag dito, kumbaga, the disappointment na ayun na nga, hindi ka open, tawag dito, hindi ka open sa family mo, may difficulty sa pag-practice sa family, tapos meron pa mga ganitong klaseng tao. So siguro
Oo.
that's one. No, that's one. So, pero but then again, in general, I enjoyed. I enjoyed my journey naman. Wala naman masyadong dramatic na nangyari in the journey. Except yun ngayon lang.
Mga ganun lang.
Oo.
From time to time, may mga ganong experiences, ano,
Oo.
from time to time. How about your, let's say, breakthroughs in the past, if there are any? Let's say, highest moments, mga ganon.
So, ayun na nga, I mentioned earlier na witchcraft has been a healing journey for me. So, what people don't realize kasi is that akala nila pag sinabing witchcraft, puro magic lang, puro ganito lang, power lang, but it's actually a spiritual tradition also. So, witchcraft can assist you on, ang tawag dito, on your spiritual evolution. So, I think everyone goes through naman to difficulties in life. No, nabobroken ka and whatnot, nadi-disappoint ka in life and so on and so forth. And witchcraft has been my healing journey. So, nakatulong siya in a way na kasi sa witchcraft, we are encouraged to, meron kami tinatawag na, tawag dito, 13 goal of a witch. And some of it is that, yung number one of it is know thyself, know thy craft, no? Meditate and so on and so forth. Pero yung pinaka-importante din is yung know thyself, which is an important key on healing yourself. Because if you know yourself, you'll understand your own tawag dito, wounds. No, you'll start acknowledging your wounds, and when you start acknowledging your wounds, you start healing it. No, and so because merong ganito si witchcraft na know thyself, no, it helped me in my healing journey. And ayun, it helped me in tawag dito, not just in healing in my personal healing journey but also in healing others, no? Kasi because of witchcraft I was healed, and because of that I'm able to heal other people also. Not to the point yung parang magical na healing na pagalingin kita sa ganito, ganyan, but more of in the mental and emotional level.
Alright, so Miss Kay, eto, quick question. Nandito na kasi tayo sa ano sa last part ng interview na to eh. What can you say or what can you advise our fellow seekers na nanonood sa atin ngayon, especially those seekers who are feeling something na maybe witchcraft pala yung path nila, or dun sa mga nag-e-explore pa lang kung anong spiritual path yung tatahakin nila? What can you tell them? What can you advise?
So, for those people now who are maybe interested on practicing witchcraft, my only message is that be responsible. Kasi ang tawag dito, the reason why up until in the present time, misunderstood pa rin sa witchcraft is that because not just because of the judgment that we are getting from those people who are outside the tradition, but also because of those people who choose to practice the tradition without being responsible, without doing further research, without tawag dito, understanding the ethics or applying ethics sa craft nila, and ayun, without the right knowledge, no? So, imagine, ang tawag dito, ang nangyayari kasi is that we give so much, what do you call this, wrong impression, no, to the people, no? Lagi nating sinisisi kasi ay yung mga taong nasa practice ng witchcraft, sinisisi yung mga Catholic, sinisisi yung mga outside the community, but really big part of it is that kasalanan din ng mga taong nagpa-practice ng witchcraft kasi kulang sila sa research, kulang sila sa study, kulang sila sa basics, kulang sila sa foundation, kulang sila sa ethics, no? And so that's my message, no? Everyone is welcome to practice witchcraft, but then again, my only hope is that dapat responsible tayo. And then kung hindi ka mahilig magbasa, hindi ka mahilig mag-aral, huwag ka na mag-witchcraft. Kasi ang tawag dito, hindi pwedeng ang tawag dito sa witchcraft, hindi pwedeng porket meron kang lahing ganito, kasi you are the third or the seventh witch of your family and so on and so forth, hindi ka na mag-aaral. No, hindi pwede. No?
Oo.
Kasi
Totoo.
uh, merong tawag dito, may talent. Talent can be there, pero ang tawag dito, witchcraft requires studying.
Totoo.
Merong technicalities na sinusunod.
Mm-mm.
Kumbaga, gusto mo maging doktor pero ayaw mo mag-aral.
Oo. Totoo.
Gusto mo na agad mag-handle ng pasyente, hindi mo pa tinatapos yung kurso mo.
Totoo.
So,
'Di ba?
what's gonna happen, di ba? So, tawag dito, ang mangyayari sa probably baka mapatay mo yung pasyente mo, right?
Totoo.
So, bago tayo sumabak dun sa gera, huwag muna tayong umiwas muna tayo sa pagpasok mismo dun sa field. And then common mistake, and another message is that kung nagsisimula pa lang tayo sa witchcraft, mag-focus tayo sa foundations, sa philosophy, sa tawag dito tradition, what do you call this, sa history and so on and so forth. No? And then the basics. And then we stay away sa spell work. We stay away sa power. Kasi
Mm-mm.
most of the time, yung motivation ng mga tao, bakit sila pumapasok sa witchcraft is that for power. But in reality, hindi yun yung foundation ng witchcraft. No?
Totoo.
It's it's a personal spiritual tawag dito tradition. So you have to understand the way before you make your own way. No? So you have to ano muna ang tawag dito, to build your foundation and so on and so on. So you have to stay away from doing magic muna, performing spells and so on and so forth kasi that's gonna be your big mistake. No, you're most likely to mess up in life. Baka ano nang nangyayari sa buhay mo dahil kaka-magic mo, hindi mo alam yung ginagawa mo.
Totoo.
So yung, di ba, kung mapapansin mo, na-hype up masyado yung witchcraft recently. So, because of this, no? So, ang nangyayari, yung mga pumapasok, mga irresponsible people na kasi gusto lang nila power. They don't understand. You have to understand yung essence muna ng tradition, bakit mo pinasok yan, before you actually go into the field, no? Kasi itong power na to sa witchcraft, perks lang yan. It's not the main point, no? So, mga parang yung priest, kaya niyang mag-guide ng people, kaya niya ganito and so on. So, pero hindi yun yung point, no? Perks lang yan ng pagiging tawag ito priest and so on and so forth. But that's not the main tawag ito point, no? So you have to discover it first or learn it first. Doon ka muna mag-focus before you actually do it to that. So yan, be responsible. Ayun lang yung
Wow.
message ko.
That's actually a very that's a very powerful message, no? Um know first the way before you make your own way. Like learn first the path before you create your own path. I think that's very empowering, especially for those seekers na nagsisimula pa lang, or even those people who are already in the path of witchcraft, na they need to really understand ano yung pinapasok nila, di ba? Yung pwedeng na lang, puro, alam mo yung power de, tapos power ka, tapos kulang ka sa basics, di ba? Kulang ka sa understanding about the essential. So, di ba, may buti ka na lang, nag-cosplay ka na lang.
Totoo. Diba? Kasi there are risk, no, in taking this,
Totoo. Totoo,
no?
yeah. And those are things na kailangan talaga nating iwasan, no? We need to be responsible. Sabi nga sa Spider-Man, di ba? Great power comes great responsibility. Yun talaga.
Exactly.
Anyway, Miss K, so do you offer any, let's say, spiritual services in that's concerning witchcraft, or do you also like hold classes for those people who are really interested in witchcraft, like for those people who wanted to become witches or whatnot? Do you do that? I mean, can you share it with us? Ano yung mga mo ngayon, activities mo ngayon?
Oh, so ayun. So about sa classes, actually I do. I handle tawag dito. I have a team actually na tawag dito. We offer classes uh na of course yung topic is witchcraft, learning witchcraft. So we have this so-called Witches Hall. So it's a preparatory school. So ang motivation kasi namin noon is that marami kaming nakikita mga practitioner na napapariwara kasi they don't know kung paano magsa-start, no? So, and we hate seeing those people. Ayaw naming nakikita silang nagkakalat sila. Sinasabi nila na ganito, ganyan, tapos mali-mali naman pala yung ano. So, yung frustration namin is, yung ginawa namin is, nagtayo na lang kami ng, kumbaga, parang school namin, parang preparatory school to educate these people. So, if you're one of these people na who wants to, who you are interested perhaps, meron kaming class, pero hindi ito siya tawag dito available all the time. So um usually it's a 6 months class. Um it's taken every Saturday usually. Once a week lang. So batch per batch siya, so limited lang yung slot. So and naglalabas naman kami ng what do you call this ng PubMat if meron. So I have a team na nag-aano, so they will not really people can direct to me pero most of the time hindi ako ang nagda-direct ng kumbaga pag-recruit. So yeah, merong ganon. Pero as of now, most likely baka hindi ito maging available. Probably before this year end baka bumalik. So hopefully kasi marami kami yung team namin marami din kaming ganap. So marami kaming project. So isa-isa lang. So marami kaming ginagawa. So sa akin naman in a personal I have like what I mentioned earlier, I'm a spiritual counselor. So I instead of calling myself a witch, which is I am, I also call myself a spiritual counselor. So I use divination to um assist my client, no, as a therapeutic tool, no, to assist my clients, no, and help them solving their problem. So I offer
Wow.
sa kong page na guidance from Miss K. So I
Mhm.
offer divinations, no. So meron tayong tarot reading, meron din tayong bone reading, which is yung difference lang naman si bone reading is that messages na coming from your ancestors. And then I also do um, I also offer manifestation work. So if you're familiar to
Wow.
that,
Parang
so
LOA, parang ganon, parang law of attraction na
people
in a
call
way.
it ritual, mga ganyan, mga nagpaparitual ganyan. So yeah, parang
Nagpaparitual.
ganun. So,
Oo.
manifestation work. So I'm more of in candle magic. So yun yung ginagawa ko. So yun, it's a form of manifestation work. So I offer that also sa page ko. So like for example, may mga wish sila na gusto nila makapasa sa ganito, may gusto akong ganito and so on and so forth. We have that. Ang hindi lang natin tinatanggap is yung mga unethical things like ang
Kulang.
tawag dito. Yes, we don't do
Kulang.
that.
Okay.
Okay. And anything na mag-violate yung free will, and privacy ng tao. Sa reading sessions, I do not accept questions na about the next person na wala namang kinalaman or wala
Totoo.
naman sa harap natin kasi we will violate the privacy and free will. Kapag nagpapamanifest din tayo, hindi expect na i-reject ko yung mga gusto ko ma-inlove si ganito sa akin. And
Bawal
so on
pala
and so,
'yun? Bawal yung mga
oo,
gayuma?
hindi, oo, hindi siya. Ako personally, may mga
May
witchcraft
mga
practitioners.
tumatanggap?
Oo, na who do that. Pero me personally, I follow a strict tawag dito ethic. So kasi I believe na tawag dito, everyone is entitled sa free will nila and privacy nila. And kapag krinos natin 'yon, something bad is gonna happen. And
Totoo. Mm.
sa ano kasi namin ako sa personal studies ko, there is karmic consequences na mangyayari. Kapag ginawa, kahit yung pagre-read lang, like tinanong mo kung anong iniisip na ganito, tapos wala kang permission from that person, makokross mo yung free will and privacy niyan. Yung mga spirits nga, hindi nakikialam sa life ng tao na yon. Tapos ikaw, tawag dito, na irrelevant ka lang naman,
Mm.
nakikialam ka. So, imagine the consequences. That's why we don't do that.
I
So, ganun
see.
din sa manifestation work, no? So, hindi tayo pwedeng i-force si somebody to do this, to do that, and so on and so on. Pwede natin i-adjust yung relationship nyo. Like, ang tawag rito, mag-open tayo ng opportunity na magkaroon kayo ng reconciliation, or kaya you find love, and so on and so on. Pero not directly, not targeting someone directly. Nang
I
walang
see. I see. Yeah, totally
so,
makes sense.
oo. Tapos aside from that, I'm also a Reiki healer. So,
Mm-mm.
I do a lot of things actually.
Mm-mm.
I'm a spiritual counselor. I do manifestation work. I'm also a Reiki healer. So, I also offer that also. Pwede siya online, pero inaano natin na ang tawag dito, as much as possible, maganda in person kasi mas experiential siya. So, ano pa
Totoo.
ba? I also do on-site reading. So,
Mm-mm.
if may mga company na tawag dito, gusto mag-arkila ng on-site reading, like tarot reading, ganyan. So, I'm also available for that. So, need lang nila ko kontakin. And ayun, I'm usually available. Pag personal reading naman, kasi usually yun yung marami. Yung tarot reading, yung uh, spiritual counseling na tinatawag. So, yun na nga, kasi I do spiritual counseling. I use tarot reading, or I use divination in general as a therapeutic tool to assist my clients. So, what I do is not really centered in tawag dito, predicting the future. What I do is that I'm actually counseling people. Ang nangyayari sa session is that it's like a therapy. It's like tawag dito, parang nagla-life coach ka lang din.
Mm-mm.
Ganyan.
But
But we're
using
using,
divination, but using tarot or bones,
right.
that's a
Kasi,
very that's a very Jungian approach. Yan yung approach ni Carl Jung in in all his mystical experiences. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I would love to learn that as well because I also do tarot but not in depth. Yung mga
mm,
pahapyaw lang. Anyway, Miss K, thank you so much for being with us today. Like I'm pretty much sure madaming nakuhang aral yung mga lahat ng mga nanonood ng video na ito. Talaga. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Any final words for our viewers?
excuse me. So, ayun, tawag dito, siguro my final word is that uh, regardless sa belief natin, let's choose to be compassionate to each other lagi. No? Kasi ang tawag dito, there's no single path for everyone. No? So if this worked for you, that doesn't mean it's gonna work for them or for the rest of humanity. So if feeling mo hindi nagre-resonate sa'yo yung path na to, yung ginagawa nila, then let them be. No, don't judge them. No, before you judge something, try it first, or at least research about it. No, ask the person. No, but then again, yun, if you don't have to do that, all you just have to do is to be compassionate. Because if you are compassionate, that's enough. No, that's enough for you to understand people. No, so sabi pa nga, people judge each other kasi it's a lot easier to judge somebody than to understand them. Pero if we have compassion, then that's more than enough. No, wala nang explanation. So let's be more compassionate.
Wow,
Ayun.
that's sige po.
Ayun lang. Thank you so much, ayan, for inviting me here also. And I'd like to commend you also for your effort, no, for this kind of giving us this kind of platform, no, and for what you do sa LGBT community, no, which is I'm a part of. So I really appreciate that. And I hope na hindi ka pa rin mapagod, no, kahit ang daming nating base.
Totoo, totoo.
Ayan.
Mm.
So yeah.
Alright. Yeah, Miss K, alam mo, yeah, thank you, no, for saying yes to this interview because I know that, this talk um, will give light to a lot of people who are, wandering in different spiritual path and different spiritual traditions. And I'm pretty sure, no, sa mga sinabi mo ngayon, madaming mga taong maliliwanagan for sure, for sure. So when I
Hopefully.
upload this video, hopefully, no, na madaming manood at, madaming makapulot ng bagong aral. Anyway, sa lahat ng mga nanonood, no, don't worry because yung lahat ng mga links ni Miss K, websites, personal or business niya, pages niya on social media, ilalagay ko lahat sa description. So, yeah, if you want to connect with Miss K, you want to avail sa mga services niya, or if you want to study with Miss K, that's really really possible. So just contact her. Di naman siguro nangangagat si Miss K, ano. All right. Di naman, nananampal ng katotohanan.
Ah,
Oo. Kung ano yung pinapakita ng mga baraha, yun lang talaga yung sinasabi ni Miss K.
yes, no filter.
All right. So yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Father Joe from the Catholic Universalist Church saying Namaste. Sa pag-uusap namin ni Miss Kyodaina, na-realize ko na napakadami pala talaga nating misconceptions about this spiritual path. Kasi akala natin na witchcraft equals evil, no? Witchcraft equals kulam, hindi pala. Witchcraft is just another term for energy manipulation, and witchcraft is a neutral craft. It's a neutral force. It is not witchcraft that is evil. It is the person who could be good or evil. If a person is good, if he has good intentions, good din yung result ng witchcraft niya. But if evil yung person, then evil din ang mga gagawin niya sa kanyang craft. Alright? And I realized this, no? It was a very beautiful analogy that was stated earlier about a knife. Kung ang isang kutsilyo ay nasa kamay ng isang psychopath, it can take away life. But if a knife is in the hands of a loving mother, then the knife can actually give life. Alright? So I hope na madami kayong natutunan sa pag-uusap namin ni Miss K, and sa mga gustong kontakin si Miss K, sa mga gustong mag-avail sa mga services niya, or sa mga gustong mag-explore sa spiritual path na witchcraft, then you may check her links in the description below. And yeah, it starts from there. Click the link and communicate with her, and hopefully, no, na magkaroon ng magandang resulta ang communication ninyo ni Miss K. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this has been Father Joseph saying Namaste.